All right, guys. Recording this video to as an instruction of Minitab assignment number two. So you should be seeing this file under Files, Homework Assignments, Minitab Assignments, and then Minitab assignment number two. And then here's the file for Minitab assignment analysis. And again, you're supposed to directly edit this file. Okay. So first, let's take a look at the goal of the assignment. So essentially, the goal of this assignment is to use Minitab and the provided sample data to perform a hypothesis test about one population's mean and then communicate the results to whoever that person is. And you know that we're dealing with one population's mean, right? So when we're talking about the parameter is mu and then the population is one population, then the only test that is left there for us to use is the one sample t-test, right? So that's essentially what you're doing here, or what we're doing here. And then initially, sorry, I typed AD, but initially your file should look like this. And you're supposed to find your own column, and then you copy and paste the data to Minitab. So that's the first step. Sorry, I forgot to introduce the scenario. So let's look at the scenario. You have been tasked with investigating if the mean weight of all plain milk chocolate M&Ms has decreased from the advertised weight of 0.85 grams. To investigate, you obtain the weights of 75 randomly selected plain milk chocolate M&Ms. Use the provided dataset and Minitab to perform a hypothesis test to test the claim that the mean weight of all plain milk chocolate M&Ms has decreased from 0.85 grams at the significance level of 5%. Okay, so you should be able to find the column in the column assignment Excel file. Okay. So let's take column AD, for example. Okay. So, I mean, I know that nobody is assigned to column AD. I'm just, taking this column as an example. For your case, you should locate your name in the Excel file and then whatever column you're assigned to, you type in that column. Okay. And let's take a look at the Excel file. Okay. So the Excel file looks like this. That's the data file that I uploaded on Canvas, and you're supposed to download this file. Okay, if you do not download this file on your computer, the columns are not gonna show on, like the column tags, they're not gonna show up, and you wouldn't know which column you want. And also, you're not able to just copy and paste the um, the numbers directly from Canvas. So you have to download this file. Okay, let's say I download this file and let's say that my column is AD, right? So I highlight AD and then I copy this column. And then the next thing I do is that I go to Minitab. Okay, so I go to Minitab and then I click on this cell. Okay, do not click on this gray cell. That is how you name the cell. For example, I can name my data set MMs. Okay, so that's just the name of the column. So type this, click on this cell and then you paste those. Okay, okay, so you paste those numbers in C1. That's the first thing you do. Okay, so now let's read on. Go back to the Word file. Essentially, it told you what to do. Okay, so it says that to perform a t-test for one population's mean in Minitab, you choose stat and then basic statistics, one sample t from the top menu bar. Once the new one sample t for mean window opens, you do this. Okay, so let's first look at the one sample mean. Okay, so let's go to the Minitab and then we do stat. And then basic statistics, one sample T. Okay, so that's how you do it. And you want to choose C1, select, okay? And then you want to click on perform hypothesis test. And hypothesized mean is what? Let's look back. I think it's 0.85 grams, but let's take a look and see if that's the case. Okay, so I guess not supposed to tell you, but it's fine. Okay, I'll get you through. Um, yeah, so tap C1, perform balance test, and then click on options button in the new window. Use the drop-down menu, select correct alternative hypothesis, click OK. Okay, click OK in one sample t-test for the mean window. Okay. Um, that's okay. I'm here to give you guidance. Okay, so for the null and alternative hypothesis, you should know what to do. Okay, so um, here the null hypothesis is what? So we're doing a one sample t-test, right? We're trying to see if our mean is different from the hypothesized value. So what is the hypothesized value? The hypothesized value is this value right here. Okay, so usually it's mu equal to mu naught. Okay, but then here our mu naught is just 0.85. So it is that mu is equal to 0.85 grams. Okay, that's our null hypothesis. And then what about the alternative hypothesis? Well, remember that the only thing that is different from the null and the alternative is that is the equal sign. Okay, so for the alternative hypothesis, just copy and paste that, but change the sign. Okay, so has decreased. Notice that we have the keyword decrease, so mu is less than 0.85 grams. Okay, that's the alternative hypothesis. So, and now I want you to attach the Minitab output containing the hypothesis test result. So that's 1 point. So let's go back and do the hypothesis test. Okay, so hypothesis mean is 0.85 and then do options. Okay, so your alternative hypothesis is what? Mu is less than mu naught. Okay, so choose that. And then confidence level, I don't really know. Let's read the question and see if it has a confidence level or a significance level. 5% is the significance level. So that means the confidence level is 1 minus the significance level, which is 95%. So it is 95.0. We're good. And then just do OK. And then click on OK. Okay, so here is the result for the one sample t-test. Okay, so essentially you just want to copy this and then you go back to your Word file. Okay, go to this question and then you just want it wants you to attach the Minitab output containing the hypothesis test results. So you just attach this output. Oh, that doesn't look very good. Let's see if we can fix that. Is this without merging, maybe? Yeah, okay. That looks better. We don't need this worksheet one thing. I mean, that's okay. Or you can take a screenshot and then copy and paste the screenshot there. It's not the best plot, the best looking plot, but it gets the job done, so it's fine. Okay, so now the test statistic is what? Remember, the test statistic is whatever that letter is in your hypothesis test. So in this case, we're doing a one sample t-test. So the test statistic is the t-value. So type in the t-value. I mean, your t-value would be different than mine because I'm doing column AD and your column may or may not be AD. So yeah. And then the p-value here is what? Well, you just type it in 0.004. Okay. And then it wants you to state the decision, explain your reasoning. Remember, our decision, we have two possible decisions. We either reject H naught or we do not reject H naught. Okay, we never say anything like reject HA or accept H naught. Okay, so um, those aren't possible options. Okay, so here our decision is, in my case, to reject H naught. Okay, and then why? Because because my p-value is what? 0.004. Okay, my alpha level is what? 0.05, right? Because alpha is 5%. So because p-value here is 0.004, okay, which is less than 0.05, which is my alpha. So my p-value is less than my alpha. So that's why the decision is to reject H naught. Well, technically speaking, should be less than or equal to. Okay, just to be technical. So yeah, here's my decision. Here's my reasoning. All good. And then state the conclusion of the in terms of the scenario given above. Okay, since here I rejected H naught, that means what? That means at significance level. Remember to mention significance level alpha when you write your conclusion. At significance level, alpha is equal to 5%. Okay. There is enough evidence, or the data provide enough evidence, okay, to conclude that, to conclude what? Well, you read the question, right? Um, Actually here, okay, it wasn't worded that way. Okay, let's just write it on our own. To conclude the alternative hypothesis, which is what? To conclude that the population mean weight of all plain milk chocolate M&Ms, okay, and then to make it sound better, I just type mu, okay, has decreased from 0.85 gram, which is the claim value. That's it. Okay, that's it. So I hope this guide is helpful. And as always, if you have any questions, let me know. Thank you. Till next time.